So the other thing we talked about.
Multiple personality.
Multiple personalities, right?
Yeah.
So we all have several different personalities, right? We have the work personality. We have the on the golf course. That's what I say because I like golfing. Personality, and we have the at the bar.
That's more like me.
We have the at the bar personality. So the work personality is what?
Uptight. Analytical. Tense.
Right, maybe.
Serious.
Very serious. Right, has a goal. Right? So that guy is deep in thought trying to be successful at work, right? But not really laid back and chill. So what about at the golf course? What's that guy all about?
That guy is pretty laid back. Chill. I mean,
You know, maybe he had a beer.
yeah.
You know, he's probably not hammered, but he's,
Right.
you know, he's maybe got a nice little buzz going on. You know, he's relaxed. Okay, and then what about at the bar?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Right, because we know what that guy's like. Right, he's had a couple. He's hanging out with friends, or laughing,
Good
or
time,
joking.
good moments, good vibes, killing it. I think that is the guy that lives for now, in the moment.
That's living in the moment. That's living in the moment.
He's legit. He's not even thinking about the past, not thinking about the future. He's living for the moment.
Okay, so if we all have at least these three personalities, which one of these do we want to sell a car to? Which one of these guys do we want to work with?
Either the golf course guy or the at the bar guy. I mean.
Right, exactly. Right, but when most people come in, which one do they come in as?
Work.
They got their notepad, they're making notes. I'm not buying a car today, I'm just doing my research. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what happens. Those are safety mechanisms that a customer uses to just
push people away.
Just back you off. Because he knows that, I mean, you know, when I go out and I go see a salesperson, that guy's going to try and sell me something I don't want, I don't need, and I can't afford to please people I don't like. That's the American dream. Right? Buy stuff you don't want, you don't need, you can't afford to please people you don't like. That's what he thinks you're going to do. And he comes in this state, right?
Right.
So the beautiful thing is when you know this, you can induce the state of the person that you want to interact with. So what do I mean by that? If you go out and you say, hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You know, how can I help you today? And they go, oh, hey, we're just looking. Right? He's staying right here.
He is not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, right? He's still going to be very analytical. He might be hard to work with, you know, whatever the case may be. Now, conversely, if you go out there, like, and it's funny because when I was talking to Mark the other day, and you even mentioned it too, I said, when I go out and I say hi to somebody, I said, my whole demeanor changes. And he said, yeah, by like an octave. Which I thought was funny because, like, normally I have a pretty, not drone, but, you know, just kind of a flat, you know, relaxed demeanor. I go out there, I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? You know, thanks for coming in. Is my guy taking care of you? Because if he ain't, I can rough him up a little bit. Right? And then they start laughing and they're having a good time and immediately at least go to here.
They do. I've seen it.
Yeah. So if I come out and I'm a 10 on the old, you know, exciting scale,
okay.
I come out at a 10, they're a 5, I might be able to bring them up to a 7, right, just by going out and saying hi and welcome and cracking a joke and off and away we go. Right? Now if I stay at a 10 while they're at a 7, now what?
Maybe you either have them go up to a 10, or just bring it down to a 7? I mean, either or.
One of two things happen. If I keep pushing a 10 and they're at a 7, either they might come up to a 10, or they might feel that I'm really overbearing and pushy and loud and arrogant and, you know, bad things. So I can't stay at a 10 if they don't get to a 10, right? Whatever number they come up to, or maybe they don't come up at all, whatever number they come up to, then I have to match that, right? What do they call that?
Mirroring.
Mirroring. Okay, so you have to be a mirror to whoever it is that you're working with. And if you come out at a 10, they're at a 5, they move up to a 7, that's awesome, you did your job, right? Now you can interact on a level where they're going to have fun, you're going to have fun, you might sell a car, right? You go out there, you say, hey folks, how you doing, how's everything going, how's my guy doing? I can rough him up if I need to. And they're laughing and joking, you've already gotten them to a 7 because you did a good job. I come out, I bring them to a 10. Now they're here, they're relaxed, they're having a great time. What's the chances of selling this guy a car as opposed to this guy?
Dramatic.
Way better.
Yeah.
It's way better. But whatever number that I bring them up to an 8, up to a 7, maybe I only get them to a 6. Whatever that number is, we have to mirror where they're at, otherwise you start to disconnect. And they'll start to drift away from you. People want to be with people that they're like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why at the bar, you're not hanging with that stuffed shirt guy in the suit, you know, down at the end of the bar,
I mean,
who's, you know, sitting there.
Not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not hanging out with that guy. You're wanting to hang out with the guy who's more like you because you're going to have better conversation, there's going to be more energy. I mean, you know, that's the whole thing. So what we want to do is almost create this type of an atmosphere, and you can do that whether they're an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't matter as long as you mirror where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can have that connection, right?
Because a stronger connection.
A stronger connection. Because connections sell cars. If you don't have that connection with your customer, there's no way you're selling a car. Right?
They're not going to buy anything if they don't like you.
They're not going to buy anything if they don't like you. And what happens when you don't understand this, it still happens, but at the end of the transaction, you're like, oh my gosh, those guys were so amazing. Like, we just hit it off. Everything was wonderful, right? Like, you know, it was wonderful. And they bought a car, and man, I don't even know, you know, what happened. But when you understand that, you can induce that state.
Yeah.
Which means that you're going to be more successful because you're dealing with people that are more on your same level, right? But when you don't understand this, it can go the other way too. You're like, man, I don't know, those guys they wouldn't say anything, their answers were really short, and like we just never made that connection. Well, part of it is because you didn't understand this, and the other part is whatever level they were on, you were not on that level, and you weren't getting to that level, and they weren't getting to yours. Mm-hmm. That's when you need a turn. That's when you go grab somebody else and say, you know, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I look like their ex-boyfriend or whatever, but we are not connecting.
Oh, shoot, that's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is a big deal. This you can use to your advantage and make sure that whatever level you bring them up to, that you're matching them on that level. Mm-hmm. Now we can begin to speak the same language.
And more into the wholesaling cars, I feel like if you are at 10 and they're mirroring and you guys are having a strong connection, not only do you sell that car, then they refer to you to their friends. Like, this guy's an awesome dude, great energy, good vibes, nothing but great things.
Right, and we
causes a ripple effect.
You build trust, right? You build an amazing level of trust that you couldn't do if you didn't have this level of connection, right? Very good. Post your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.